Well, I rode my scooter up here to the mountains, and I'm gonna do my first hike of the post-rain season. I hope that was not the only rain we will get this whole year, but it's the first rain of fall, so there's probably not going to be any water down there, so I've got all the water I need for an overnight trip. I have about 4.5, 5 liters, something like that. So I'm headed down to Forbush Flats. It's really hot. It seemed a little cooler at home. It was foggy this morning down in town, but oh, I've been waiting all summer for it to cool off, and it looks like I haven't waited long enough. So I'm here at Forbush Flat Campground, and the creek is bone dry. So I'm having a little bit of difficulty here. It's been a few years since I've been here. The trail's been really, really good so far. But right after here, I get a little confused. There's a cut. More cuts. These are actually ducks. Very faint. Here's a big duck. It's been pretty overgrown. I should have brought some loppers. So I think this is the one where you gotta climb up to this one, but then you gotta turn back and go that way. Pylon number 2. There's Little Pine Mountain way out there. Cool rock formations. I think my trail is right here. Well, it's almost 5 o'clock, and I really can't seem to find my way past pylon number 2. And I found this little depression that I think, I don't know, I can sleep here. It's the ground, it's kind of soft. It's not supposed to rain, and I don't think if it did rain a little bit, it would only sprinkle, so I don't think I'm gonna be drowning in a flash flood here. So I think I'll just stop here for the day. I didn't make it. My goal was Gorilla Rock, which is really cool. So I think Tony is gonna have to come out here with his clippers and open this back up. The only reason I say anything about rain, they didn't say it was gonna rain in the weather, but look at these weird clouds. Well, there's my home sweet home. I made this tarp. I brought this to the Grand Canyon. It fit 2 people. It's smaller than 7 by 9. It's closer to 6 by 9. In fact, it's a little bit smaller than that even. But I'm short and it fits pretty good. And I wanted to try setting it up in this sort of interesting little shape. So I wonder if this is the wrong way to set this up. So it's sloping this way. And so if rain were to fall, it's gonna fall this way and then it's gonna slope back under me. Maybe that was the wrong way to do it. So what I made for dinner was, there's mashed potatoes with sun-dried tomatoes and cheese. That's, I think it's called mimulette cheese. And there's pine nuts and olive oil. And the olive oil I put in this 2-hour energy bottle. They don't leak. They're pretty good. It's pretty tasty. It's cold, by the way. It's, I just put cold water in. I think these are sour cream flavored instant mashed potatoes. I just put some cold water in there and it fluffs up. Doesn't need to be hot. There's the pot. It's my aluminum cup. I can't believe it. It's working. It's still burning, even with that little windscreen that doesn't have very many holes in it. And I bought this other windscreen, but it weighs a lot more than just this part of a cup. And I think it's kind of cool that it's the same kind of cup makes a windscreen for itself. So this is going to be really light. I'm going to have to go home and weigh all the parts that I actually needed so I know how much it weighed. Here it is with the other one. This one works pretty good. And you can see that whether the flame is still going. It doesn't burn very hot. It's going to take the whole cube just to heat all this water. Today's breakfast is cold oatmeal. It's got blueberries and lemon extract and lots of milk in it. It worked. Hallelujah, coffee. So the night before last, I had 7 hot flashes. I was so hot. I tried to sleep under the window on the couch in the living room, hoping to not be so hot. It didn't work. I had 7 hot flashes, so I came out here so I could sleep somewhere cold. I didn't know it was going to be quite this wet, but that makes it feel even colder. And so the nice thing about being cold is that I think I only had 2 hot flashes last night, and they were helpful instead of a pain in the ass. So yeah, here's to being almost old. Well, I dilly-dallied around long enough and put a whole bunch of really sopping wet stuff in my backpack, and now it's back to the bushwhacking. Well, I've made it back to that rock. It's I don't know. Pretty overgrown. But I don't know. I found my way through here and there. And I cleared a few branches now and then, but I need loppers because some of this stuff is sort of springy. But it's really pretty, isn't it? I've always called this one the Sphinx. I guess it kind of looks like a whale too. There's round depressions here, but I don't think they're like metates, two mesh grinding stones. Here's another one. I think maybe they're just because this rock is conglomerate and has lots of rocks in it, and this is like a little creek bed. But I could be wrong. I've always loved this little teeny shady creek. Look at this. There's an oak tree in here. It's like this whole little tiny world, this little Vasquez Rocks world. So yeah, there's pylon number 2, and I camped below that. And then just now I was coming down here, and there's like a little, right about there is a little duck. And so it makes it look like you need to climb all these rocks. If you just kind of go back and around this bush right here, there's an easy trail that goes down into the creek. I'm not sure if you can get out there. You probably can. You could get out there and sit there and have lunch. The trail from here on out is pretty good. It was not hard to follow at all. This spot is called the Knife Edge. I used to take people on Sierra Club hikes out here. Some people get really scared. It's just a brief little spot, and then you're back on solid trail once you get to the top of that rock there. A lot of tent sites here. Look at this one, it's very elaborate. There's one over there. And this goes down to the creek. I'm back at Forbush Flat now. Oh look, you could probably sleep here, right in here. Ooh, that's a nice little cushy spot. If there was gonna be any water, it would be there, but it only looks damp, not wet. So we need more rain before you can camp at Forbush, but it's only 2 miles from the road, from the trailhead, so it's not a big deal to carry all the water you need, especially because you're going downhill. All the pine trees in this spot are dead. And they're in piles. It still smells like pine though. It smells good. Santa Barbara's down there. Well, nobody vandalized my scooter.